Well, greetings from the campus, Castle Hills families. I'm coming to you in the midst of a whirlwind of excitement here on the campus as we're preparing to return to school at the end of the summer. I have some very important announcements for our school family, our supporters, and friends of the school that I think you're really going to enjoy hearing today. First, the campus is alive and bustling even today, well before we get back to campus in August. Almost 200 summer day camp students and preschool children are about campus through the summer on a daily basis. We are implementing our Safe Smart Schools protocols, and it's working. It's been a whale of a summer. Today, in fact, we will present 85 big, beautiful Bibles to our older summer campers. And as we begin introducing them to a personal relationship with the God who created them and expecting to see loads of students. In fact, pray with us about that, for literally piles of boys and girls to give their hearts and lives to Jesus Christ this summer. Also, middle school and high school athletes and a whale of an incoming group of amazing young cheerleaders are here every morning on campus in their Safe Smart Schools outdoor strength and conditioning and training programs. It's amazing what's going on. The life is back in the building. Second, our Safe Smart Schools, speaking of that, manual is almost complete. We'll be publishing these 12 to 14 protocols and procedures for how we are reinventing how we do school on the campus as we prepare to leave no stone unturned in terms of our absolute commitment to be the safest, smartest school in South Texas, maybe the galaxy. More information on that to come. It's exciting, the ideas and the creativity and the cutting edge technology that we'll be using to create our safe, smart school environment for children and teens when they return in the fall. Third, more good news for the fall semester. We are right now, in the spite of all the challenges that our country's been going through, we are right now experiencing our highest re-enrollment in recorded or remembered history here at the school. Also, record new enrollment, at least a record since Mr. Pinkston's here, as far back as I can remember. We've had more new students and precious new families and young people coming our way this fall. Also, our charitable contributions to the school fundraising programs are up every month, January to June, every month over last year, at a time when we actually needed it most. Thank you for giving and supporting us during this time. And then last, we are opening 3 new classes this fall, this August, including classes for the tiniest little people. New classes, never had 6 weeks to 17-month-olds before, but we're going to have the babies and the tots in the building from 6 weeks to 12th grade. Literally, a child's total remembered life will take place here on the Castle Hills campus. Hey, spread the word about those little bitty children's classes. If you know families with babies or babies on the way, point them to the Little Eagles preschool program. Now, fourth, welcoming new leaders and new staff to the campus. We are so excited. Never have we had a year like this in terms of the new staff and new leaders taking place around little pieces and pockets. Out of 130 amazing staff members, we will have about 10 new positions that will make a great difference on the campus. Teresa Reek, Food Channel famous third grade teacher, long history at the school, will be our new elementary assistant principal. A former elementary principal, Courtney Mummy, will be taking her place in third grade. And then Cindy Wintercheck, wife of our amazing Kingdom Athletics athletic director, Jeremy Wintercheck, will be the new will be taking a new kindergarten position here on the campus. And then Colleen Petty, a teacher that we poured our heart into attracting to the school, will be coming to take over the elementary music program. Great days ahead for the elementary school. Secondary, Dr. Jim Jurica from Texas A&M San Antonio will be joining our staff to take over a big chunk of our engineering department and STEM programming faculty positions, teaching other classes as well. And then Christy Phillips will be joining the chemistry department. Our commitment to a robust STEM program is about to take a giant step this fall. And then also, we are so excited to welcome both Jonathan and Ashley Garcia to the instructional and administrative team faculty. Jonathan will be a new registrar, which is a new position for us here at the school, and executive assistant to the secondary administrative team. And then Ashley, a jewel, I'm telling you, a jewel, will be joining the English department. And along with their 3 children and three preschool and kindergarten children, they're just bringing the whole family and a lot of life and love to the campus. Also, let me note, we are still searching for 2 incredible positions, people for those positions. One, a secondary technology teacher to join that STEM team. We're looking for someone with amazing instructional ability and background, but who would have a heart that beats to the Castle Hills DNA, as well as a secondary choir director for middle and high school. So if you knew of anybody in your circles who might be a great fit for the school, please point them Mr. Pinkston's way. And then lastly, on this new team, we are having a transformational change in our leadership team, and we are about to raise the ship around here in terms of the leadership of our campus. I'd already mentioned Teresa Reek taking over the elementary assistant principal position, but may I say that Dr. Jim Bazar is being elevated to a new position on the campus, working very closely side by side with me as the new director of campus operations. We needed this role and position, and I know of no one who could have fulfilled it any more than a man who's been here since 1993 and who understands the mechanics of this campus better than anybody here today. Secondly, taking his place as the secondary principal will be Colin Madison. Colin Madison has been in our succession plan, and he will do an amazing job and already is in taking his first steps in leading that program. Lots of enthusiasm from the instructional faculty about that decision. Trudy Elmer will be in the same roles with a little different priority. She's been assistant secondary principal and curriculum director. We're going to flip that in terms of priority. She'll be the curriculum director with a lesser but still very important emphasis on being the assistant secondary principal. And then a new brother from another mother, an amazing man of God who has made an impact in every school he's been in terms of influencing students' lives. His name is Rusty Bentley from Fort Worth, Texas, will be coming to join us as the new Dean of Students and Guidance Counselor on the campus. Heather Eason will remain on in a very small role to assist him in his first year on campus with the guidance counseling. We are looking for a great impact in the life of our students, our faculty, and families as a result of these leadership changes, a real upgrade in the leadership team here on the campus. And now to my last point, fifth and last, so many parents, thank you for it, have been asking in this COVID-19 and headed towards soon a post-COVID-19 world, Mr. Pinkston, what can I do to help you? And we've had so much support and help during this time. How can I help our school has been a recurring question. And I actually have 5 things that you could do to help me make this a better place and to get us through the challenging year before us. The first is I would like for you to consider forwarding by email or posting on social media our virtual open house video invitations. In the body of this email, you'll see an opportunity and a link which you could either post on social media or email to a friend or a family member that you think might be a blessing to this school. This school would be a blessing to them. But give serious consideration to helping us spread the word. We still have a few empty seats here and there around the campus. Would you help us with that? Number 2, how could you help us? Well, you could continue to support, so many of you have, the Emergency Assistance Fund. Untold numbers of school families lost their jobs, laid off, or furloughed. And the truth is, many of them are finding their way back. We were able to help absolutely every family that lost a job who applied for our Emergency Assistance Fund in May, June, and July. And I just can't say enough how thankful I am. Now, as many of those people are beginning to find their way back and get their feet on the ground, we still have a number of folks who I'm trying to help. I am asking God to give us, to help us raise $25,000 to help families in the first steps back as we get back to school, August, September, maybe a tiny bit beyond, but mainly August, September, 25 families to help keep kids in Christian education as families are working through the crisis that no one expected to come our way. If you wanted to contribute, there is a giving button on our in the body of this, in the email that accompanies the video here today. And a little is a lot when it's in the right spot. And I just want to thank you for supporting our school. Families go through hard times together, and this school family has. I don't know of another Christian school where our families and faculty have done more to help families who are going through a struggle. I've never seen anything like it, and I thank you for it. Number 3, we're going to have on August the 8th, it's a Saturday, a Volunteer Campus Beautification Day. We have made so much ground inside the building during the COVID time. When you're away, our little busy beaver maintenance men have been doing so many projects. You're not even going to recognize the campus. And then we're going to attack the outdoor part of the campus and beautify it on a wonderful day where we'll be coming together and volunteering, families, whole families. You just come on out, work together, serve together. We're going to have a whale of a time August the 8th. If you're not on vacation, you ought to be here on that Saturday. And then 4th and almost 5th, decide now. In this new Safe Smart Schools paradigm, we're going to need 10 to 12 volunteers every day. That's 60 volunteers a week to come in one day a week and take a car line shift, to show up faithfully and to not miss their volunteer commitment throughout the course of the year in order to get kids in this new paradigm on and off the campus safely and securely. We've never faced a volunteer challenge quite like this one, but out of our entire school family, I'm praying that God would lead 60 of you to make a commitment to spend a day a week. There's a few people even last year who volunteered a couple of days a week. Maybe that's you. But the truth is, we can't do school without 60 volunteers to step up and to help us get our little honey bears and teenagers on and off the campus. There'll be a place where you can simply respond by email. Mr. Pinkston, I'm a car line volunteer. That's all you have to say. Mr. Pinkston, I'm a car line volunteer, and put AM or PM, morning or afternoon preference, and we'll find a slot for you. I need to do this well before August because I just can't risk not being ready for the first day of school. And then finally, the last opportunity for how you can help your school is the same old, same old. You know, Mr. Pinkston's been so big on prayer. Prayer precedes God's power. Prayer precedes God's provision, and prayer precedes the promises of God coming alive in the life of a school. And 3 prayer requests that you could join me in this summer. 1, pray for our students. With this COVID-19 crisis that we've gone through, and the way that it's unsettled and turned our little world, didn't our world turn upside down just from one day to the next? And then the sad riots and injustices around America. I believe there is spiritual and life opportunity in the lives and hearts of the boys and girls and teens who will be returning this fall. And I'm asking you to pray that God would move in their lives and deepen them as who they are as people, who they are as young servant leaders, who they are as young Christians preparing to be tomorrow's servant leaders today. I believe this is a season of great potential change, and I don't want to waste it, and I want God to work like He's never worked before in the lives of our students. Second, pray for God's beautiful safety and protection over the campus in the coming year. God has blessed us in the hardest of times. They have been some of the best of times. Ask for God's hand. There's only so many things that we can do. We're doing everything we can to create the greatest school in South Texas and the safest school in South Texas. But friends, there are some things that only God can do. And I'd appreciate you praying for God's beautiful protection, safety and protection over the campus in the coming year. And then third and last, we need a miracle. We need another miracle year, 2020 and 2021. We know, and you know, unless you're a new family here, you would know that we lost our entire campus in 2015 and 2016. We had a miracle opportunity to buy our campus with a small $10.5 million price tag. Well, to date, in that short period of time, in only 3.5 years, we have raised all of that $10.5 million except for $1.7 million. We have a journey to finish, to own this campus. I cannot tell you what it will feel like when that campaign concludes and all of our resources can go in to improving and taking the school to even greater heights and new places, and to secure the future of the school for future Little Eagles. So to that end, would you join me? Let's focus on the finish line. On this capital campaign, let's pray for God's miracle provision, for God to send new friends, and then pray that God would help us with our Eagle Banquet. Dr. Alveda King, the niece of Dr. Martin Luther King, an incredible, prophetic, powerful Christian voice in the culture today, a leader in race relations, in the and protecting the lives of the unborn and speaking even today. Many of you may have seen some of her challenging messages into the lives of young people and adults across the nation. She is an inspirational Christian figure and will be the keynote as well in our Eagle Banquet, as well as she will be speaking to our Leadership Academy students on the afternoon before the banquet. An inspiring year ahead, an inspiring school family. I couldn't be more encouraged to be your leader. God bless you, and thank you for all that you do to help us make this the greatest school in South Texas. God bless you real good.